What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Entire Game Channel. My name's AJ Gills. How y'all doing? I don't know what is up with me. I keep biting my tongue when I try and say my channel's name. I mean, I've always kind of mumbled through that intro just because I'm a bit of a mumbler. I talk fast. I try not to do it, but, you know, it's just kind of how it goes sometimes. Oh, by the way, we're we're going back to the start, and I'm going to make a run at this while I'm not completely hammered. But yeah, I kind of wanted to play this because, I need to play an action game that just feels like a good traditional action game. And if you're wondering what the hell I mean by that, I'm talking putting your attack buttons on the face buttons, on square and triangle and everything. I recently did a video for it. It's like hour 15 minutes or something on YouTube. I want to get it up on BitChute, but for some reason YouTube's giving me problems when it comes to downloading the video so I can get it in the smaller size. If I still can't figure it out in a bit, I might just have to send it through my other software to get the file size down. But whatever. So hopefully it'll be up on BitChute soon. But on to the actual important shit. I was playing that Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy demo, and playing through it, I'll say, man, that game does not feel like a Final Fantasy game, but I would also argue because it's fucking not a Final Fantasy game. It is set in the Final Fantasy world, but they tried to make a pseudo Souls-like game, like there's aesthetics and bits of it that to me feels very Devil May Cry. And that's this whole soul break thing when you get an enemy's break gauge down a certain amount, which is basically the stagger gauge from Sekiro. Or even in this game, you know, you can do a finisher, and that finisher makes them shoot, it like become like this red crystal, and you smash them, and it gives you your MP, so instead of having to level up, and you gain MP by beating more enemies, so it kind of, to me, it's a weird way of going about it. I mean, the things I love about Final Fantasy are when it's an RPG is, you know, grinding, exploring the world, you know, buying my items and everything, but instead it's got potions that act like your healing flask in Souls games. Combat, you know, you're basically running checkpoint to checkpoint. You know, you can find little checkpoints in between and shortcuts between them. But when you go to a checkpoint, oh, guess what happens? All the enemies respawn. Isn't that interesting? What other game series does that? Huh. Yeah, I mean, it's very Souls-like in a lot of ways. And I've had people IRL who tell me, AJ, you just want to say everything that, you know, has this, you know, kind of this difficulty and this checkpoint system that, you know, you just want to call it all Souls-like, or, you know, I'm like, okay, but you're putting your combat buttons on your bumpers, you're basically creating the bonfires, there are so many aspects just beyond the fact that it's a combat system that is very risk-reward based on character skill, or on player skill, let me rephrase. Yeah, it just, I don't know. I mean, I almost just want to say, if you want to make an action game, make a fucking action game. I mean, I would much rather play it if they made it more an action game like this, or if they made it an action game like Devil May Cry, made it a true like third person. So I'll finish this thought in a second. Kitty, get away from my computer. God damn it. One of my cats is sitting on one of my computers and he's sniffing my hand, throwing me off. What the hell was I getting frustrated about with okay, I love you too, buddy. Okay, move. I'm doing stuff. Can't you go sit on my bed? You just bit my arm, little bastard. Oh my god. I'm trying to get mad about another video game thing, buddy, and you're distracting me. God damn it, I'm calling it quit to this run. I'm starting over. Sorry, I've taken a few deaths. My cat is sitting here brushing up against my hands while I'm trying to concentrate. Yes, I'm also kind of fucking up, but that's beside the point. Now, I'm kind of just back to the topic I was actually kind of wanting to opine on while I was playing this. You know, this Stranger of Paradise has some cool bits to it. I mean, it's got a really cool job system that kind of replaces the RPG leveling. You know, the world map is kind of set up with a whole bunch of locations where missions take place. It's a really interesting game. I'm gonna play it. You know, I kind of use that demo as my decision if I'm gonna play it at launch on the channel, and I made the decision I'm gonna do it. But man, that combat system specifically. Okay, I'm trying to think how to formulate this rant.
What you doing in here?
I've made it clear I've never been a big fan of Souls games. You know, usually the frustration I get from playing them never turns into fun. Like this game, I'm actually very frustrated at times with it, like kind of right now when I've kind of hit a boss wall, but I still really enjoy the game. I just enjoy playing it. But Dark Souls, I just don't enjoy playing it. I don't feel like I get story. I don't think there's enough style there that really makes me love it. Just, yeah, something about Dark Souls it just never clicked with me. And yes, I understand get good, son, and all that stuff, but just, yeah, I just never really could get into Dark Souls. But it's something that you're seeing a lot in a lot of action games nowadays. It is becoming the new industry standard to move your combat buttons off of the face buttons, off of the square, circle, X, and triangle, and onto the bumpers. Kena Bridge of Spirits did it. I'm trying to think here. Assassin's Creed has done it. So, you know, you're seeing a lot of games make this switch, and I am not a fan of it. You know, I always say it. I hate my combat buttons being on my bumpers, and it's kind of become a joke on the channel. But there's a reason I don't like it. It's not just it's frustrating and I'm so used to it being on the face buttons, which, yeah, is true. I am used to it on the face buttons. It is what I prefer. It's because I've been playing that way, you know, since childhood. But to me, I like the responsiveness of having it on the face buttons, on, you know, having my dodge, my dodge, my quick attack, my strong strike, everything on my face buttons, as opposed to having it up on my triggers. It's because the trigger pull up top, like for my light attack, if you put it on R1, like a lot of games are doing, to me, it's harder to press that button than pressing square or triangle on my on the face buttons. You know, pulling off combos is more difficult in my opinion. It's not as natural. I can't do it as fast, and I just get bogged down in on the button prompts. I've just never been a fan of it. Then you mix in the fact that, you know, in my opinion, I think this Final Fantasy game needs to, like I said, decide, does it want to be an action game or does it want to be an RPG? Stop trying to bring in turn-based aspects of games into action games. It doesn't work, in my opinion. Really, what I like about Devil May Cry, about Bayonetta, about these like fast-paced action games, even this game to a degree, I think that sometimes there's a few too many skills and whatnot. You know, there's like, well, if you sorry, let me get this. Oh, nope, she's the strong one.
He has a weapon. Not so tough after all.
Bam. There we go. Took me a second. I just couldn't get those last couple of hits. But yeah, I mean, my biggest frustration kind of comes into where combat to me feels weighty, it feels slow, where it could be a lot more fast-paced and truly action-oriented. But instead, it's still trying to give me all these spells, all these different... I'm trying to think of a good way to explain it, because it's kind of one of those, you kind of have to play it to kind of understand what I'm getting at. We're trying to add all of these very time-sensitive combos and hitting opponents' weaknesses by swapping weapons and picking the right skills. But okay, but you're having me do combos with only 2 buttons, you know, and then it's L1 and R1, and then to cast spells, you know, as a mage class, you hold down R1 and then select the element of the spell while also aiming the spell. So I have to be able to look in 2 different places at once. It's like I'm driving. It becomes more trouble than it's worth and just a bit of a pain in the ass. I'm still willing to give that game a shot and see how it is on the full launch, you know, if I can kind of get used to it as we go. And I'm not trying to push for, oh, games need to be easy. No, that's not what I'm trying to get at. It's just I've never made I've never claimed to not be anything less than I am, which is just a massive lover of turn-based strategy games. Again, I love a Persona, for instance. Yeah, just long story short, if you're gonna make an action game, I want you keep your combos more simple that, to the point where I think anyone can learn them, and then there's a high ceiling for mastery. Kind of like what I think this game does. I think this game still has a little too many variations in the combos and a little too many skills and whatever, but maybe it's just me being a layman and sucking at this kind of stuff. So I'll totally leave that out in the open. If you want a series that I think did beat 'em ups and everything so well, or just being a pure dumb action game, that's, not in like the Bayonetta sphere or the Devil May Cry or whatever, it's my love of Yakuza. The early Yakuza games were amazing brawlers. Yeah, there were combos and there were a lot, there was a lot of technique involved in those games at high levels, because I've seen some people play the Yakuza franchise at, like I said, really high levels. Boom. But even if you're like me and you kind of have a let's just throw our head at a wall and beat the problem down, that game was still achievable. I don't know. It's all personal taste. Look, if you totally disagree with me and you like what you like, I'm not trying to say anything. Again, I'm not trying to talk shit if you're a fan of Dark Souls or Souls-like games. Hey man, more power to you. I love watching people play Souls-like games at high levels. It's just not for me. Yeah, there's my rants. I just miss action games having that simplistic button prompts of just putting things on the face buttons. I don't even mind this game that puts its dodge and whatnot up on the bumpers and its block on the bumpers, but its attack are still down on the face buttons. Took a lot more damage on that than I shoulda.
Yeah? What do you... Can't you see there's no place for you here?
Come on, let that gauge go. And now she's gonna come at me. Ah, damn it. Alright, what do we want to work on? I want to keep high experience so I can spend it on stuff. And start working on focus bar. Gonna come over here. Get these two to pop. Oh, shit. I thought I had... I forget activating one of those activating one of those shrines.
Not so tough after all.
There we go. I forgot using one of those shrines gives you your health back. I was going over there thinking, you know, after that fight with that chick, I should try and get some health back so I'd just get 2 easy KOs, but like I said, I forgot.
Holy shit!
There we go. And get that second level of focus.
Step forward. You're about to be tested.
Stop it, for fuck's sake!
Let's go into the field. Survival of the fittest. New weapon. No freaking way.
Damn, he's on fire.
The winner becomes a king, and the loser a thief.
This battle isn't over yet.
You're a fast learner. Pathetic.
Okay, I can breathe now. I spent that entire last chunk of that fight just just holding my breath. Cause I'm like, I just need a little bit more to push her over the edge, get that takedown.
Pick up your weapon, as you wish.
And why I always make sure I have 2 bars of focus going up against her, so I can use that easy face smash, knock her off her game, and hit her with heavies. Yeah, I've got to look up where some of these keys and stuff are, because I think I found everything I could so far in the museum. I might have missed some stuff, especially during those weird, like, times where I think that we were in, like, a painting or something.
I've longed for a battle like this.
God, I hate that. I hate that weapon, man.
You want some more? Come on.
There we go. Haha.
You did.
And breathe. Oh, okay, so I can just kick that brick. I can't actually pick it up. Nah, I only got 1 death. More weapon damage. Yeah, I think I'll take weapon damage. Ah! I dodged too early on that one. Nah, let's just rise.
That was just the warm-up.
Oh, because I tried to get too fancy with it. Alright. That death was on me. That was my own stupidity killing me.
You should go back to training.
If you're wondering what the hell I was trying to do, I was trying to grab a weapon. So that maybe we could have a weapon in the second half of the fight.
You're almost as good as Yang. I thought he was unchallenged at that old bastard's school. Who are you?
Have you not figured it out by now?
Enough games. Let's put an end to this show.
Ah, fuck. I thought I had an opening.
As stubborn as our elder masters.
Come on. I think that might be the first time I've beaten him without, just by taking out his health. I also want to say that might be the youngest I've ever done that one. I'm 30 now. No? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the youngest age I've ever reached this boss fight is.
Eyes on the target in the atrium. Everyone get into position.
It was foolish of you to come here.
Can't keep... Holy...
And breathe. I still prefer the bat weapons over blades. And I'd rather not run around and fight anyone. Alright, what to do? No death counters, it's still pretty low, won't really help me. Maximum structure might. Really, I think just weapon damage and damage to structure is probably the best I'm gonna do. I don't know why I want to upgrade that Duck Strike, I like the concept of that move. Just trying to stay away. Just trying to stay away. Let my brake gauge. I swear to God, I'm gonna figure out how to dodge this damn weapon.
How did you survive my blades?
Magic. Eye poke.
I will put an end to your quest for vengeance.
See, I'd rather you just lie down and die.
This time,
Yeah,
will not fail.
Remember what I said where I'm not really good at very complex movements? So it just, like, and I know it's not really that hard after the fact to see it. Where she's coming with that thing. You know, I've watched back segments of me fighting her, and I just can't track the damn thing.
Your presence disturbs the serenity of this place.
Would it help if I said I'm not a big fan of hitting women? I mean, don't get me wrong, you're swinging a... I'm not entirely sure what to call this weapon. Because, I mean, it's a staff, but it's not a... But it's a segmented staff. But it also has blades on the end of it. Yeah, I do not know. It kind of looks like a weird, really long, 3-segmented nunchuck with a blade. Fuck! And at this point, I just get to this, you know, this age where I'm just like, screw it, let's just run into the, you know, let's just run into the eye of the tornado and see what happens.
I know 100 ways to... This is where I kill you.
You can't block that. You can't really do anything other than dodge it, but she throws in such a wide angle.
I have no issues killing you 100 times over. You're not as good as you think.
Oh, I don't think I'm that good. Fuck me. Yeah, man, I can't figure out how to... I just can't figure it out, man. I don't know. Maybe I need to look up some walkthroughs or something on how to get through her, because I still can't fucking do it. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching, as always. Social media can be found down in the description below. Please remember to like, comment if you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned more next time. Until then, my name's AJ Kells, the Son of That Gaming Channel. I'm out.